Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Puggo Play. Today I bring you a Treaty 40 guide for Ethiopia. I hope you guys enjoy this. So yeah, step number one, all vills on food. You're gonna be chopping exactly the necessary amount for a house and the hunting dog upgrade. So I like to do this, get them as close as possible, put this right here, perfect. It's okay if you have a little bit of idle time at the beginning, it's not a big deal. It's one of those things. Ethiopia is a little bit slow to start, but once you get it going, once you get the game rolling, trust me, Ethiopia is going to be one of those powerful civilizations that this guy's running around. He went went around the granary like 3 times. There you go. We're gonna build our granary, and that's perfect. Perfect. The reason why we want to build a granary is because we want to have that little bonus here, that little gathering bonus from vills. And it's okay, like we have some idle time. It's just probably 3 seconds at the beginning of the game. It's not even that fundamental. You can make it up with getting a treasure, a food treasure. That's what I like to do. But right now we have our granary, and it's going to pretty much allow us to save some time. It's going to prevent some nasty herding around the map, so that's good for us. Hey, John, how you doing? I was very pleased to see Mr. Spider win. So congratulations again to Mr. Spider, the man, the legend, for beautiful victory. I always believed, I knew Spider was going to win. Now, this deck that I'm using, it is not bulletproof, but it's pretty good. Hold on. Actually, let me just put this right here. I do need the house right away. I don't want to have more idle time than necessary. Now, I am playing with some randos, so I don't know if these guys are good or not. All I know is that I'm just playing with them, so we'll see. I know Ragnar is a very talented player. I know they had some very good players on the other side, so I'm a little bit concerned is the right word for it. Perfect. So we have our house, we have our house, and hold on, let's see what we're gonna do here. What is this? That's 305 coin. I would like to take that, but it might be a little bit greedy on my part. There you go, we grabbed that. Now we're good. Go. So this is a little bit annoying because even though I did build a granary, these guys are going everywhere. There you go. We're gonna build 14 villagers. I'm doing great because of the tournament. Yeah, tournament win 2. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. You don't need to send any cards in each one, so don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. What you do need to do is get some wood as you age up to get this upgrade. Your first upgrade is going to be the selective breeding, because that will allow your cattle to fatten quickly, and you would be able to sell it and boom a little bit faster. So there you go. Get started here. And we have the required amount to do our age up. Go. Perfect. I'll get that. Alright. We have required amount of vills. As soon as we can, we're gonna get age up with the Habesha for the upgraded and improved monasteries. At this point, I like to place 5 villagers into wood, simply because I'll be getting some upgrades, and those are wood heavy. You can get the hardened iron axes for an extra 5%, and as well the tribal societies. People overlook this technology, mostly because they don't read it entirely. This improves your villagers' speed, and so it's really good for your boom. Let me see, what else do we have here? We do have quite a lot of treasures on this map, so you want to keep an eye on it. Get the selective breeding as soon as you can. Very important technology, one that I always like to go to. It's kind of a must if you play Ethiopia or Hausa. Those technologies pay for themselves very quickly. And let's get the placer mines to get a little bit of coin in the bank. We're gonna need coin, and we're gonna need oh, look at the Puggo, baby! Woo! Puggo got the. That was a little bit toxic. I do apologize. That was Ragnar, and Ragnar is my buddy, but I had to do him dirty like that. I'm sorry, Ragnar. I'm sorry, bro. I'm really Actually, this, yeah. So we got our first age up. You want to pick up the coin as soon as possible. Place your monastery as forward as you can. Send the Lalibela Rock Church and then... no, sorry. Jesuit influence first and then Lalibela. Go. Once you do that, you're going to gather a little bit of coin. The reason why you're gathering coin is because you want to be making your priests. Select your mountain monastery, place it on coin, and start training the abuns. These abuns are priests, and the reason why they're so good is because you can... The reason why they're good is because they can gather coin from the monastery. So if you can train them, it's like having extra vills. So let's get this, then Fazgoli Gold to get that little extra coin gathering as well. You can tell that our cattle is fattening quite nicely as well. You want to keep an eye on that. You do want to gather the influence so you can get the next technology at the church. Remember, don't build 5 abuns, so you're going to need 1 free abun to send this card, otherwise it will reset. So don't train the abuns at right now, just wait. There you go. Now you have 5 abuns on the map. That's 5 extra vills gathering coin. Now, normally, that's the maximum amount of vills that you can get of abuns. However, what you can do is you can research one technology here in the Lalibela Church called Book of Axum. That technology will grant you an extra 5 abuns, and then, so you'll be getting an extra 5 villagers to work on coin. So you're gonna get this technology right away, and you're gonna sell one of your cattle to get the coin necessary to get them as soon as possible. In the meantime, I suggest you keep a few villagers on wood to get the technology snares to increase your rate of hunted animals or food gathering and hunted animals. You do have a free build, you can build it forward. There you go. We're almost ready to finish this technology. Perfect. Perfect. It's done. So now we can have an extra 5 abuns and they're going to go directly into coin. We're going to sell a little bit. Perfect. And now we're going to get our 5. Oh, we are housed. So that's good to know. We are going to make a house quickly. Let's actually work on that build. You can keep sending the other technologies. I like to go with Ironmonger for an extra 20% coin gathering. If you're fast enough, you can get all 10 abuns before minute 10. And now you don't have to gather a coin anymore because your abuns will gather it for you. And you can go from H2 to H4 very quickly. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to get our technologies, we're going to get our food, and then we're going to go up. It's a little bit annoying that these guys are going around the woods. Not ideal in terms of booming, but not as bad as you might think. Yeah, I was watching part of it. I missed the first part, but I know what he did, and it's pretty similar to the boom that I was working on. I get 220 with my Meiko boom, so I feel like it's pretty similar. But yeah, Flocko is very impressive. Having pulled off that boom, the 240 boom. I do prefer my boom a little bit better because it's more like late game replayability. But yeah, there you go. We're gonna keep aging up. Now you should have enough influence to get a fast age up. You can get the Cabrenagast, so that will allow you to go to H3 very fast. And very quickly, you'll be able to go H4. I suggest you go and build an extra house because sometimes you forget and it really destroys your boom. In the meantime, if you want to get a little bit more coin, you can keep your monasteries on the coin gathering option to get the maximum income from your mines. Pretty interesting so far. We're still getting this food, this delicious food. There you go. You can tell that we're gonna get the necessary amount. Get an armory. You're gonna place it wherever you want. It really doesn't matter. You're gonna get an extra monastery that you can put forward as well. And something that I highly recommend is that you place your next town center near hunts because Ethiopia is very food heavy and your farms take forever to build. So if you want to pull off a really good boom, you definitely need some hunts. Also, send feudal armies. It reduces the training time of all units, including villagers. So we're gonna be aging up really quickly. Our fourth age up. It's gonna be the Jesuits for extra XP. And with this, we should be able to sell one of our cows, get one town center here, and yep, place it right here. And we should have the ability to build another one. I like to build my second town center in the front because whenever you're fighting and you want to span your units, you're gonna need a town center. So I want to build a one town center forward and one town center in the back. In the meantime, you're gonna need a lot of food and coin. Sell one of your cows, 5 more. So you can sell one of your cows and get your monies back because you sell one cow for 500 coin, and that's how much it costs to get like 5 extra cows. So it's pretty easy. I suggest you build a granary closer to these herds, if you can, of course, because sometimes herds just go wherever they please, and it's kind of annoying, but you have no choice on the matter. I also suggest you get this technology here. Is it called? Wait, what is it called? It's called amalgamation. It will improve the rate at which you gather from coin mines, which is pretty awesome. You're gonna need. We got our town center done. This town center is gonna be done pretty quickly. I'm gonna build a granary right here. What you're gonna need is mostly food. At this point, I would suggest you keep 20 vils on food and 10 vils on coin. I mean, these are not even vils. These are the abons gathering from the mines, so it's pretty good. Make sure all your new villagers will go into food, because you're gonna need it. Trust me. Next age up, you're gonna build your church. You have one extra Habesha or mountain monastery. Place it on the forward mine. Right now, our goal here is to age up as quickly as possible, so all vils are gonna go into food as much as you can. There you go, perfect. So we do have a little bit of a population available. I like to build my houses right now because sometimes I age up, and because of the extra pop that you get when you get to age 5, sometimes you stop producing vils. So we're doing great, so far so good. My next technology will be Roof of Africa. It improves the food gathering by 25%. 25% is pretty substantial, and it applies to all food gathering, so I highly recommend you take that technology as quickly as possible. As you can tell, I have a very decent amount of coin, a little bit too much for my taste, so I'm going to invest in an extra 5 cattle. I have 31 vils on food, and I'm still not getting enough value to get to the next era. But we're going to work on this slowly but surely. That over there. There we go. We're at 36 vils. It's a little bit behind, a little bit late. I do agree, but we're gonna keep it up. We're gonna keep going. Your villagers are gonna be dancing a little bit. The pathing is not great in DE, especially for African units. I feel like sometimes they dance around way too much. Get it? Dance around. But yeah. We have 34 vils on food at the moment, and our food income is catching up to our coin generation. I really have to say this is one of the most standard ways to play Ethiopia. You can do different booms, but the one I play is one that allow you to play for an hour and a half without really draining long term. So other booms have a higher score at the beginning, but they tend to drain very quickly. This boom, the one that I'm showing you right now, tends to be fairly good for long term play. Um, we're generating a decent amount of coin, though we could be generating a little bit more. We're going to be aging up fairly quickly. It's 15 minutes in the game, and if I can help it, I will be going to the next era. The wood trickle card is really good. Looking at May Gong's changes, but they added 30% good gathering from that was missing the patch notes. Yeah, I mean that option is pretty good. Not gonna lie, I think it's one of the better ways to get. I'm gonna sell a little bit of the food. Then we're gonna age up right away. Our fifth era, it's gonna be the Arabs. Why the Arabs? The Arabs give you really powerful mercenaries, and it allows you also to improve them further. So you get extra hit points and really cool mercenaries for late game fights that have similar or even better stats than regular Imperial units. At this point of the game, you're going to H5, you're making vills out of your two town centers, and you're slowly getting to the next era. What I like to do during this transition is get as many cows as possible. So I'm going to build as many as I can. There you go. We're going to get as many cows as we can. And something else that we're going to do here is we're going to start cutting some wood because we're going to need it for our upgrades. I'm not too worried about the game in general. Like, I'm playing like with random people, so it's not a big deal. Okay, that's good. Start cutting wood right now. At this point of the game, I'm gonna build a second market pretty quickly. We need to get some coin for our Imperial upgrades, but that's gonna come in just a second. Oh, you could have gotten a better result if you had sent these cards. I have not sent them until now. It's not a big deal. Our wood gathering is not terrible as it is. Okay, we're good here. You can tell we have 92 population already, and that's because of the overpop. You get 4 Catlin camels as you age up. Want to be careful with that. I'm gonna sell this a little bit. Get the first upgrade, the Imperial upgrade for the wood cutting. We're making some vills here. We have one more monastery. We will place it over here. Again, make sure your abuns are working. Like I only have 5 abuns working. How do I know? Because I don't have any vills on whatchamacallit, on oh, I did have 10. Okay, they have all 10 abuns working on coin. I thought I only had 4. There we go. So these guys are getting fat, and that's good for us because they will get fat. We will sell them. We'll get the influence back. Get all your upgrades here in the market as soon as you can. Get your upgrades in the granaries as well. Your granaries contain your Imperial upgrades for farms and plantations. So you want to get these upgrades as well. Send all the economic cards that you can to draft Oxen as well. There you go. As you can tell, we're getting all our vills. I don't know if I was training vills. I'm afraid I was. I'm gonna put a few more into queue because I don't want to forget. I probably did forget to train a few vills, I think. I'm not sure. There we go. We're gonna get all our technologies. So we can get this scout to fatten a little bit more. We can sell for 400 and 500. We're gonna sell this and this. Get more technologies out of the way. Now it's your time to shine. Make sure you get all the technologies that you can afford. Don't forget you also have technologies in your monastery, which will improve Christian schools, will reduce your training time of villagers by 15%. I should have gotten this technology before. I played a game before, and this is usually what you sent to get your villagers out fast. I didn't send it this time. Why? I don't know. But sadly, that's going to mess up a little bit of the boom. I do feel like our age up was fairly fast, so yeah, mining is one of the very good things about Ethiopia. Like, you can mine the entire time, and you can change some of that coin for influence. Look how quickly I'm depleting this mine, and I'm getting a lot of influence back. And if I send this next technology, the Ark of the Covenant, all my monasteries will be able to gather quote-unquote resources, even though the resources have been depleted. So that's one of the reasons why you want to rush this 2000 export or influence technology. You want to get them as quickly as you can. My allies are trying to eat the mines. It's fine. I mean, they're Dutch. They really don't need the mines, but if they want them, they can have them. Imperial technology, large scale farming, an extra 15%. You want to get that as soon as possible as well. I like to place a couple of villas here in the front, and I'm gonna leave these villagers here because these are my walling villas, my forward basing villas. The rest ones will go in the back. It's not a big deal. Let's get the last technology. So we have completed all our technologies. I'm gonna sell the so we have a nice amount of wood. You want to make all your farms. You need at least 33 farms as Ethiopia. Sometimes you need more because your cows can gather from farms as well. So what I like to recommend to you guys, if you have the time, make sure you get that at least 35 farms. At this point, you're going to need a lot of farms, but they take forever to build. So that's something that you want to watch out for. Only make them when you have exhausted all the other resources on the map. Otherwise, you're just going to be waiting a long time. Perfect. See, like these villas right here, they should be doing this, 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 and this. There you go. These villas are actually cutting more wood, which is not something that I want. I don't want to cut too much wood. It's not beneficial to me. Most of my units will be coin and wood, coin and food, so no need. Put that over here. We have now 25 fields, pretty good. We should be able to put a few more. How are these guys doing? So these guys are not gathering anymore from the mine. That's a little bit of a pain, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to place another mine right here, and we're going to gather from it. There you go, perfect. Put this right here, put this right here. And we have some villagers right back. Next card that you're gonna send is gonna be Hegemony. Why Hegemony? Hegemony allows your normal units to trickle a little bit of influence. It's very minimal, so but it's also fun. Just imagine the fact that you have created units and that they're just standing on the field on the map grants you influence, and influence is the most important resource for any African nation. So I highly recommend you get it out as soon as possible. Oh, Harald DK91, thank you so much for the follow, bro, and welcome to the channel. I'm doing a little bit of a guide on Ethiopia, so if you're trying to learn this faction, this is for you. Yeah, we have these guys here. We'll put the the next abunds on the next mine. So we have 5 abunds right here, and another 5 coming this way. It's perfect. Oh, we have missed one technology. This one is kind of weird. I'm pretty sure I did all my research, but it's alright. Now, since we got Hegemony, we want to max out our units as quickly as possible. We're going to fight in Ragnar, and Ragnar is going to be Mexico. Mexico has really good cavalry and really good skirms, so we're going to try a different approach to fighting his army. I like to normally go very heavy on the skirms, but Ragnar says no. Okay. I don't know why. I don't even know who sent spies. These guys that I'm playing with, these are random, so I don't know them. Great majority, so don't judge. I do need an extra 5. You need sheep. The reason why you need sheep is because the more sheep you have, the more herdables you have, the more influence you can generate. So usually you want to ask your allies to make some sheep for you, and you want to send them the food for it. Also, don't forget, make your units right away. Make your units right away as soon as possible. Because each unit is granting you a very small token of influence, 0.03. That's very small. Like it's not a lot, but it's fairly good. Also, don't forget, once your cows are fully fattened, you can sell them for a few resources, and trust me, it's gonna be worth it. It's perfect. So we have 20 cows. That's the maximum we can have. Keep in mind that my distribution looks like this. I have 81 vils on food, 17 vils on 81 on food, 17 on wood, 10 on coin. Our next card will be no, we're gonna save our next shipment. I'll tell you why. It's because I like to play with an overpop. Whether we go against Ragnar or Green, we're looking at a faction that has very strong cavalry. So I like to get at least 30 or 35 of these guys. Javelin Riders, pretty good units. Honestly, they have very few weaknesses, so I like to get them. Yeah, someone paid spies. I'm not sure who or why. There you go. I'm gonna send my ally the food. There you go. And now I'm waiting for these sheep to get here. 500, we'll take it. 400, we'll take it. There you go. Perfect. Now we're gonna get one more of these. Don't forget that African nations make their artillery out of the castles, so you want to make at least 2 castles. There you go. We're sending the sheep. I mean, goats are better than sheep, but we'll take the sheep. Do have a very nice amount of influence sitting in the bank. Since we have the extra influence, I like to go for mercantilism right now. So we have a total of 55 of these guys. That's extremely good. Make 1 or 2 towers. Don't forget, you're gonna have to be very aggressive with the way you play, and you want to force your enemies to play aggressive as well. The issue is, if you know how to use your influence, you will not run out of resources. So that's... Make sure that all your livestock markets are working. And by working, I mean fattening your sheep. So I have 3 extra shipments just waiting to be used. I'm just going to confer with my friend Ragnar whether or not I'm fighting him before I make my full army. But right now, what we're looking... Licenciada. Oh, it was Orange that paid spies. Oh my god, bro. It's kind of annoying.
Okay, so...
What's up, Ragnar?
Okay, so looks like your team is not going natives, so I can base in front of my base.
Yeah, just base in front of your base. So these guys, I don't think these guys know how to play the game too much.
Yeah, so. They don't know how to play, man.
Alright, so you're gonna go in front of me, right?
Yeah, as long as your team doesn't go nats.
Hold
Looks
on.
like they're not gonna go nats. Oh, Teal wants to fight you.
But who's Teal? I don't know Teal. I mean, I don't mind fighting Teal, but like, I just need to know where I'm building in front of me. I just don't wanna have to rebuild. Tell Teal to build in front of you then.
In front of me. There you go.
Okay. Tell him to bring in front of you.
Yeah, because when I started the game, I told him I was gonna be nats. So my team agree on it.
Okay. It's fine. Yeah. It's just I just want to make sure that we understand that. Okay, so perfect.
I fight orange then. I fight orange.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, bro. Alright, so back to the guide. Once you have reached out to the maximum of your max pop, I mean, I would actually get rid of these guys, but the amount of influence I'm going to get out of them is very little. And I'd like to use them at the beginning of the game. So, if I were to get rid of them, I'm going to get rid of them for this time. Like, I'm going to use something else. I'm going to use this as an army, and you'll see why. Okay, this is fine. So we have now exhausted all the mines on the map. You have two choices right now. You can either delete some of your abbons, or you can keep them alive and just use them as you please, like as tanks during the battle. Me personally, I like to keep them alive and send them to the front line because they generally tend to tank very well. And most of the time, if they die, you can just remake them. You also want to be able to make most of your monasteries. Monasteries will grant you a small bonus to your hit points, so you want to make those monasteries as you go forward. Um, there you go. There you go. I mean, I don't know if these guys are building behind their walls. Usually you want to build in front of your walls. You have some extra resources. Don't forget to get your upgrades as you progress through the game. Get your all the upgrades right here. You're gonna need them, but there's an order to it. You want to send your overpop first. So this is your overpop. You're gonna send it right now, and then you want to send all the technologies on the monasteries one by one. Doesn't really matter. You're not gonna be making much of these things. The only upgrade on the monasteries that you don't want to send is the Portuguese Crusaders, because you don't want to trade crossbowmen at Imperial Age. They will not be effective as a unit for you. So do keep that in mind. You could get a nice little overpop, but it's only 7 crossbows, and it's really not that worth it. Um, don't forget you have a church and an arsenal as well to research some upgrades. So if you feel like Ethiopia feels a little bit weird to you, it is. It is a mix of European and Asian civilizations. But don't be like, don't be afraid of it. Just research the technologies that you feel are convenient for you, that you're gonna need, and that's it. Just don't let it annoy you. So we have a little bit of an overpop going here. We're at 223. Nothing out of this world. Very standard overpop. We're gonna get a little bit more in time, but for now that's good. Our sheep are pretty fat, so I like to see that. We're gonna keep selling 2 of our cattle back to back just to get a little boost to our eco. As you can tell, our influence is climbing very quickly. Again, you want to send the what the hell? Damn, this Chinese guy has a lot of... That's pretty interesting. That's very, very interesting. I mean, if I wanted to break half map, I could go to the other side of the map and get their mines, but I'm not going to. I'm going to respect half map, even though really they're not going to eat the mines and I could use the mines. But that's going to boost my score a little bit more. I just want the boom to be fairly legit when it comes to what I'm doing. Just that if you're trying this boom, you get something similar. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know why the chat popped up. I'm gonna delete your pillars as well. Don't forget that, super important. Okay, with that should be all our upgrades done, and we have a nice little bank here waiting for us. The next card that I want you to send will be the Royal Fortifications, and then I want you to send cartridge currency. Those 2 technologies will be fundamental to your ability to play long term with Ethiopia. The first one allows you to get a small trickle of coin for every kill that you get, and the second one, the first one will increase your build limit for most buildings, forts, towers, etc. The second one will just give you that little trickle that you need. Keep in mind, we do have a nice little amount of units here waiting. Don't forget to research the strangers' quarters, because that's the equivalent of immigrants for Europeans. It will allow your units to be trained slightly faster. Make sure you get these technologies at the arsenal so that your units are at its most efficient form. You should be at a 247 overpop at the moment. Leave your monasteries on influence. You do not need coin. You will not need coin as Ethiopia. Trust me, coin is one of the easiest resources to gather as Ethiopia most of the time. If you don't miss micro, you can easily get coin. You know, build your monasteries relatively close to one another. There you go. You're gonna get a few more influence tokens here by your base. Now, what you want to send is the. Yeah, we're gonna send the Neftanias, the Sabanias. That will allow us to get a nice little, whatchamacallit. The Sabanias will allow us to have stronger Neftanias. Basically, it will improve the Neftanias and it will give them a resistance to armor damage, which is going to be pretty substantial. We have a nice surplus of wood. We're going to keep that surplus mostly because we're going to be fighting forward, building walls, building barracks. And again, as I said before, you don't need to worry too much about coin. And as you kill, as one of your, as your villagers get killed as you go forward, what you can do is you can remake them and put them on the back of the base, you know? Like, that's something that I do all the time. I let them kill my vills, doing my forward walls and stuff, and then I just make them back home. So that's pretty interesting. Don't forget your cows are also able to gather resources. So if they're fat, send them over there and get the value out of it. Sadly, cows can gather from farms, but not sheep or cows. Yeah, I'm sending those back. There you go. These guys are building a field very slowly. It's 3 minutes before the end of treaty. I'm at 175 population right now. We're not at 200k, which is what I normally get with Ethiopia. We still have 3 minutes to go. If we can get 200k with Ethiopia, that's going to be pretty sick. There you go. Have all our technologies researched. You want to keep your units ready for this. Bucknote has a very nice overpop. Not overpop, but a very nice score. I think he will get 240 or something like that. Probably means he's a really good player. There we go. I like to switch my economy into coin right now. I have roughly 70k food. Ideally, you'd have 80k wood at this moment before you do the switch. You can wait a little bit more, but you're kind of risking it. If you don't have enough coin during the fight, during the initial moments of the fight, you're going to be really in a tough position. So here we have our army. Don't close up your army. Make sure it's spread. So what I like to do the cows generate the food or influence of fields? Yes. Okay, so now I'm gonna divide these right here. These guys have 65% range resist. Gotta be careful with it. Okay, you're gonna put your culverins nearby. Be careful, do not lose all your artillery in one shot. Perfect. So we have yellow here. It's 1 minute before the fight. There we go. We have a score of 195k 20 minutes to the fight left. Our opponent has a very powerful army, but I'm not too concerned at the moment. 232k score with China is very decent. Quite decent, I would say. So let's just make sure we get our nice little barracks here. It's okay if he doesn't push you. He's probably going to try to build behind this. That's fine. Keep in mind that if you want to build, now it's your chance. You want to be able to... do not waste your artillery. Your artillery is very valuable. Do not waste your artillery. I repeat, do not waste your artillery. Want to be able to... There you go. Once you cleaned up this, you want to be able to clean this up. Don't forget, get your upgrades right away. Next card will be the Ignition Spirituality. I like to go for that as well. Make sure to wall your opponent as much as possible. You can push now. We still have the overpop. Keep that in mind. Our overpop is still very powerful, and because China trades very slowly, he's going to be in a bad spot. I like to build my barracks right now. Don't feel afraid to just build and wall. Build and wall. Just keep building and walling as much as you can. If you have idle units, make sure you send them forward. Keep making the... put these guys forward as well. Oh, Frosty, thank you so much for the... Oh my god, bro, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, Frosty, for the subs. That's very generous, my man. I appreciate that. Frosty's a very talented player. Finalist to the recent tournament. He played extremely well. Thank you again, and congrats, Frosty, to making the final. You played extremely well. Very proud of you and your performance. And again, very generous of you to just give these subs. Ragnar, don't interfere, bro, please.
Yeah, I'm trying to wall, bro. I'm trying to wall.
So again, we're going to keep pushing as we normally do. You can tell we haven't lost that many units. It's part of the plan here. We have extra population, so what I like to do is get these Portuguese units. They're kind of an overpop. Make sure you build forward. Right now, making a kind of a silly mistake. I don't feel like I'm getting enough units forward. Okay, so we have that. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to you too, Frosty. Thank you, my man. Thank you. And honestly, bro, you're a legend. Thank you so much for your generosity and for being a very active member of our community. Appreciate you. We're gonna keep pushing right now. China seems to have stabilized. Unsurprisingly enough, the Chinese numbers are kind of starting to take a toll on us. It's fine. We're gonna slowly work our way back. Our allies are not even using natives for some reason that I ignore, but you know what? That's fine. I can tell that I'm not using my full population, that I'm the one playing poorly. That's on me, not on my allies. So we're gonna spam a few more units. If you have a castle nearby, make sure you get at least 4 of these guys. Against China, it's kind of a must. See, he's using the... I don't even know what's going on here. I have like so many idle villagers, it's kind of insane. Go, keep that in mind. Put this right here. You can build towers, as many towers as you can. Towers are important. couple of these guys here. Cool thing about Ethiopia is that they have these light infantry unit called the Shuttle Warriors, and shuttles are absolutely fantastic at dealing with archers and infantry and all this stuff. So even though he's spamming these units, he's not getting a lot of value out of them. And I should have my mortars coming in soon. That's great. It's fine. We get a nice little. There we go. We're gonna make sure we protect our mortars. Don't forget your mortars are your kind of important, one of your most important units. You need your mortars here, especially against China. Your Sebastopol mortars are very nice as well, but you don't want to abuse those too much. They're still kind of overpowered, and I don't like to use them as much. There we go. Keep making more units. There we go. See if we can get a nice few Mamluks here in the back. I'm simply spamming the shuttles, and that's all I need, to be fair. You can pick this up. Get all the upgrades that you can out of your home city. Super important that you keep spamming these mortars. Keeping China on their toes by denying them the infrastructure to build is really key to your success. There you go. I'm gonna make more of these guys here. Reorganize your army. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Do not let your enemy get a moment of peace. Just keep pushing. Remind yourself that if you destroy the barracks of the Chinese player, he cannot effectively fight you. Super important. Make as many towers as you can. Also be a nuisance with your units. We're gonna need a few more mortars. I do believe we will need a few more mortars here. China player is losing a couple of units here. I did a misclick. We gotta get back into this. This is not the standard way to play Ethiopia. Believe me, you want to be facing mostly with. Where's my overpop? I do need the these guys in here as well. Now he's making the he switched up the armies. We're gonna switch right now. We're gonna go with Naftanias as well. Guys here, perfect.
Yeah, I think blue is about to beat green, so...
Yeah, we'll pause it as soon as he gets that in. Keep pushing in. Switching up your eco, switching up your unit composition is a very good way to keep your enemy on his toes. You do not want to make it easy for him to counter you, so always mix up the units as much as possible. I'm not even using the Sebastopol mortars. I like to use the cannon archers as well, depending on who I'm fighting. There you go. Right now we're making a lot of damage, as you can tell. This is pretty intense. We could mix in a few more shuttles if we need. There you go. Let's get one more Sebastopol mortar in the field, just to push in a little bit closer. Go. Pretty interesting here. Let's get these guys in the back. Make sure you micro a little bit. Do not let him run you over with cheap units. You can take some nice shots. Do take the nice shots whenever you can. Use your walls to protect your infantry, your artillery as much as possible. Do not let him destroy your infrastructure. You need your infrastructure as much as he needs his. I would recommend you build forward, if you can, a couple of monasteries. I like to keep those monasteries coming up, and we're gonna...
Delete this monastery?
Which one?
Get on my way.
Which one? I don't see it. Oh yeah, I'll delete it. There you go. Keep sending those fastball mortars. A very efficient way to keep your economy up is by using those fastball mortars. Go after the Chinese hand cannons is also pretty interesting. It forces your opponent to play a game that he doesn't want to play. If he doesn't have artillery of his own, he's going to be very weak to your artillery. So your fastball mortars should be able to clean this up very quickly. Hold on. Tell green to out, and blue, I'm gonna tell blue to stop.
Okay.
Let's put this right here. Let's get a nice little... Do I have any idle pop? We have this guy right here. Do I have any idle pop? I don't believe so. Okay. Use the roar ability to boost your unit's stats as well, so that's something that you want to use whenever you can. This Chinese player is raining quite fast. Let's get one more mortar. I know he's attacking me a lot from this side, so I want to prevent this from happening again. Keep your population at a maximum if you can. Super important that you do. Target infantry with your Sevastopol mortar to get the maximum value out of your infantry. Artillery. Do not let him mass those Han mortars. It's fundamental that you don't let him do that. Hold on, wait.
Blue's about to get into my base.
I'm trying, bro. He's not listening to me. Blue. Don't kill yellow. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. He's not listening to me. He's not gonna touch you, I don't think. Well, green is still fighting from your base. I think that's what's happening here.
Oh, okay.
Keep sending those units. There you go. Getting good value and good trades with Ethiopia is pretty important. You can tell that China is raining very, very quickly here. And it's not going to be pretty if he runs out of resources right now. Look at that volley. That volley was magnificent. And I'm fighting with 93 vills. I could be fighting with a lot more vills and not drain at all, but it's kind of like, it's not ideal to let your opponent rebuild. These monasteries kind of in the way, so let's see if we can just get something out of this. I'm gonna go for a nice little Mamluk attack here. These guys are gonna try to get this. It's fine. This is very laggy. I don't know why the game is laggy like this, but I just threw one of my town centers here. This one. Make a town center right here. mean, China's not getting a lot of good trades right now, and it's gonna cost them. Like, they need to change the way they're playing right. Let's get a couple of Camel Archers. I mean, Camel Gatlins. Super good unit, very effective. No. Sorry, if you guys aren't familiar with the way we play here, we play with house rules, meaning we try to give people the opportunity to play a 1v1. It's not standard treaty play, but it is house rules to make it a little bit more fair to some players so that they're not unevenly matched. Look at the amount of kills we're getting here. It's pretty convincing. Traits, 164. Let's get a few more of these guys here in the front. There's very little micro involved here. Alright, we'll get this in here. There we go. Those units are gone, and because we have this right here, let's put this on 4. We're just gonna drain this guy until he doesn't have any more units, or any more resources rather. We have this here. We'll break through. There you go. We have this right now. Oh my god, the lag is pretty insane. Okay. Trying to explain the rules here. What am I doing? I don't want to train Bills. I want to train these guys. The Mexicans is my county. What the fuck? This guy's pretty funny. I don't know if he means that. There you go. Let's just try this. Go. We're gonna keep massing here. I mean, do we have anything else here? Go. A little bit of lag.
Oh, somebody deleted the walls.
Tell green to out, bro.
Yeah, orange is done. He's already deleting everything.
Yeah, cause he's like he knows that you're gonna quit after you're done. Because blue is about to go into you. Fuck red. Okay, okay then. Because he wants help from blue, but
Alright, so since blue beat green, does that mean you guys won?
yep,
Okay, so I'll just out then.
yep.
Alright, GG will play.
GG, bro.
I just hope orange doesn't go into your fight.
No. Don't worry. I'm fighting. You did the right thing, cause orange was afraid. You defeated orange, bro. Just don't worry about it. So there you go. Orange is out. Nice little take here. I don't know if this guy's still fighting though, to be honest.
Hey, this is a good fight.
I mean, he's doing alright. He's actually doing alright.
Not bad for a random.
I think this guy is definitely playing on a secondary account. should build forward a little bit more.
What score does Ethiopia?
At what score does what?
What score will Ethiopia
Drain? 112, 114. Till then you can, yeah, you can still fight a long time.
Oh, China is not cavalry.
Who is?
China is not cavalry.
Kabul. Alright. Well, I don't know who Kabul is, but I believe you. Oh, he's a treaty player, but I don't know much about him. Ability. Alright, now that we've drained mostly food, we'll switch all our economy back into food, and trust me, we'll be doing just fine here. It's fine here. If you're running out of resources as Ethiopia, don't forget you have influence, and your influence units are just so freaking good. Whatever you need, your influence units will cover for you. So you will not drain effect very easily, or at all. There you go, I'm setting some camels here. Just get another fort here. This guy has to be draining at some point. Look at these, look at the value out of the camels, the Gatling camels. Very interesting unit to use. Now we're gonna build a few more monasteries forward. Kind of important you do keep your units well within the bonus range. There you go. Build towers if you need. Spamming these units here in the back. At this point, this game is pretty much done. I don't know China, how long China will last, but just get rid of these Lance Consulate. Do not let your opponent retreat. If he goes back, you go forward. It's part of the game. There you go. Protect your cannons. Get value out of them. Greeny's gonna try to help him. I don't know if he's going to... Yeah, Greeny's going to try to help him. But he's still going to get wrecked. Keep your Colves alive if you can. You have a lot of overpop available to you. Believe it. Believe it. You can believe it. Overpop with Ethiopia is pretty insane. As you can tell, draining as Ethiopia is very, very hard. Almost possible. You can run, if you run out of influence, your game is over. That's the only thing I can say. If you run out of influence, you might as well just call it GG's. But until then, you should be able to fight just fine. So these guys are not even microing their artillery anymore, which is good for me. I mean, I'm just getting free kills with green, and green giving me free kills means more XP for me, so more influence, I mean. Well, there we go. We're gonna keep pushing as much as possible. Getting very good trades. Advance if you can. Do put the pressure on your opponent. Do not let your opponent remass. I mean, fighting 2 right now, but that's not a big deal. We can take them on. Can take them on. Just a matter of time. As long as we don't lose our heavies, heavy cannons or Sevastopol mortars, I mean, we're fine. Alright. Not very nice. Not very nice of him, but alright, well, let's kill green. Since he's not gonna leave, let's just kill him. I would have given blue a GG, but he wasn't very nice, so... Anyways, that's the power of Ethiopia. As you can tell, we still have a lot of resources in the bank. Over 35k influence. That is insane. If you have 35k influence, you can just spam powerful units out of your castles and win a lot of trades. So I just want to give a GG to Ragnar, Imperial Ragnar content creator as well. And to my teammates, to Blue as well. So that's it for the Ethiopia guide. I think we got to 200k by minute 40. I will double check. Before we leave, let's have a quick look at these stats. Resources, economy, I have 93k resources unspent. Blue had 30k. Ragnar still had a very sizable 124k in the bank. As you can see, the trades were very one-sided. Almost... double KD. I mean, I'm fighting China, but you can tell my opponent was not too experienced in the way he fought. Let's go and look at scores. Scores at 40. Look at mine first. I want to know if... So, we got exactly 2k... Maybe a little bit more. Let me see. We got 2k score by minute 40. Fairly decent with Ethiopia. You can get more. There are different ways to boom with Ethiopia. The thing is, if you go the way I play, it will be very difficult for you to drain. So that's it. GG's. Thank you for being with us. And if you're watching me on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm live on Twitch. That's where you'll see me and catch me live. Thank you. Cheers.